Yo people, welcome back to a new video on the Big Steph channel, and today we're here to talk about 3 midfielders Arsenal need to sign. Let's go.
Stuck inside a maze, I've been up for days. Cartings on my face, no, you can't see a thing. But I see all the hate, and the fake ass niggas talking in my face. But I cannot be phased, I gotta be brave. Provide for the fans so they don't have to slave. Mom told me behave, but I'ma wild out till a nigga in the grave. I'ma wild out till a nigga in the grave. I'ma be a great
So the first one we have is, as reported today, that we're linked with is Ryan Gravenberch from Bayern Munich. The 20-year-old midfielder who just recently joined Bayern Munich has been struggling for game time and also been struggling for form at Bayern. He's only had 1 goal, 1 assist in 28 games he's played. Hasn't really got a lot of minutes in the squad either. I mean, the guy is only 20 and he just made a big money move. It's been 1 season, but he's already looking away. From what I know about him, he's good energy, he's good legs in the midfield. I hear he has a good passing range. To be honest, I haven't seen much of Ryan Gravenberch, especially coming from the Dutch league, and then him going to the Bundesliga. I haven't really got a lot of chance to watch the player, but from what I hear, it's good stuff. The main role Arsenal, I think, need to focus on is the 8 role, the Xhaka role, because I think that's like, I don't know. I'm kind of confused because, no, we needed Partey depth in January, and one of the next midfielders I'm going to talk about was linked to be some midfield help. But I just thought, especially the City performance, the midfield was so weak. I just think bodies in general are needed in the midfield. I mean, Ryan Gravenberch would get more game time at Arsenal than I think he would get at Bayern Munich right now. So Bayern Munich have a bloated squad. They need a new manager. They just got Tuchel in. I don't know if he's going to be favored under Tuchel. He might not want to stick it out there. He might want to come work with players his age, work in a successful project, see where that goes for him. But to be honest, I don't know about Ryan Gravenberch. It depends on how much they have to pay. Transfermarkt have him rated at what? Let me see what Transfermarkt have him valued at. Transfermarkt have him valued at 30 million. So if we can get Ryan Gravenberch at 30 million, I do that deal. If we could get him on a quick a year loan, that could be also another thing. He's young, you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a low risk, especially at a price like 30 million, especially in today's market. If you get a young player with talent for 30 million or less, if you can really argue that, it's not gonna go like that because he just signed a deal for Bayern. Bayern apparently didn't want to sell him in January, but there was interest from the player accordingly. But we'll see. We'll see. Number 1, Ryan Gravenberch. Midfielder number 2, Arsenal should look at signing is Moises Caicedo. Now in January, this is also another player we were linked with. Apparently 70 million, the deal was nearly almost done for. So clearly Arsenal do have cash to spend when it comes to buying bodies for the midfield. No, I've seen a lot of Moises Caicedo. I watched a lot of Brighton, and this guy does not stop running. To which we could have used in the Man City game to at least put up a fight because it wasn't close in the midfield battle on Wednesday. No Moises Caicedo. What I've seen from him, he's very composed on the ball. He tackles very. I think he won the most tackles in the Prem this season, or one of the players with the most tackles in the Prem this season. I think I heard a stat say he has a good left foot, he has a good passing range, the lad can get around the pitch, as I said, and but 70 million for what? A player who's only 21 years old, I think. 21-year-old player, 70 million from Brighton. Do you want to do that deal? I mean, in this market, any really good midfielders are going to cost you anywhere between 50 and upwards, to be honest. Transfermarkt having valued at 55 million. So if Arsenal could get cut deal off of the 70 million Brighton wanted at first, then I think that would be a good idea. But if not, then it's a bit of a sticky one because I think there's also other areas. You need to splash the cash on, and you also need to look into. I say Arsenal also need to look into depth in terms of centre backs and defense. Like in terms of they need centre backs, They need possibly a upgrade at right back, and possibly a little bit more depth up top in terms of the wings. I know we have Marquinhos and other players, but I think there's also a lot of money to go around. But I don't know if Arsenal are looking to spend that much money, especially going for 70 million for Caicedo. I don't know if they're gonna want to do that deal. I don't know if 70 million, especially they didn't do it in January when they wanted him. So I definitely don't think they'll be able to. They'll be willing to do it in the summer. I think they're still waiting to Brighton to come down off the deal, especially with Brighton's recruitment is clearly amazing. Just look at the players they've continuously brought through and managed to get big money for. What we've seen in terms of Yves Bissouma make that big move, and unfortunately, I mean, it's Tottenham, but he didn't get he hasn't been stepping up in his role. So I just, Caicedo's a very good player. I've seen Caicedo play. He's absolutely brilliant, especially in this season that Brighton are having. Brighton are having a brilliant season. But 70 million, do you really want to pay 70 million, especially in this market? I don't know. But I think Moises Caicedo will be a perfect Partey replacement. Not replacement, but Partey cover to give us more legs in the midfield. So for Man City, if we're going to play to the level of Man City have 2 world-class players in every single position. Calvin Phillips can't even play for Manchester City right now. Calvin Phillips, an England international, can't even play for Manchester City. So just think about the level Man City are at. That's the level I want my club to be at. So players like Moises Caicedo are players we should definitely be looking for. But at 70 million to either sit on the bench or either to replace Partey, does Arteta want to make that move? I'm not sure. It's up to the club. But midfielder number 2, Moises Caicedo. Now, the third and final midfielder I personally would like to see Arsenal go for. This is just a personal show. I haven't seen any links to this player. But just personally being an admirer of this player and watching this player and thinking this player would suit Arsenal so well is Nicolo Barella. Now, Nicolo Barella, the 26-year-old player, is he 26 or 27? 26. Now, Nicolo Barella has been absolutely outstanding in the last 2 years for Inter Milan. I thought he's one of their best players last season, and I thought he's one of their outstanding players in a tough season this year, even though they have the rough Apano League season. They're in the semifinals of the Champions League. I think people are going to want to raid Inter, especially at this stage. Both of the Milan clubs, I think people are going to look to raid, but it's up to them if they want to sell. But Nico Barella, at 26 years old, I think he's a perfect ace to bring into this Arsenal squad, who's proven to win something in Italy. He's already working hard in another Italian side in the Champions League, I should say. They're striving for top 4, and I think Arsenal know going to a club of Arsenal's stature. I mean, all due respect, Inter Milan have won more. Inter Milan is a big club in Italy, but coming to England, more eyes are going to be on you. More prospects are going to be on you. I think that's a big move for him as well. He's Italian. He might prefer to stay in Italy more than come to England and have that. But I just feel like that move to Arsenal will be such a big move. It's such a good move for both. I think he suits very well with this Arsenal team. He could pass it. Again, he's gonna be working hard in that midfield. He's tenacious. He's a leader. For Arsenal, it gives you more bodies in the midfield, adds more character and leadership to that midfield. He also gets goals and assists. Right now, what I'm seeing is he has 8 goals, 9 assists in 43 games. 5 goals, 7 assists in 30 league games. He's played very well over the last 3 years. And if you've been watching Italian football, you know what I mean. If you watch European football, you know what I mean. This guy is a talented player. Transfermarkt has him 70 million euros. So if Arsenal do want to get Nicolo Barella, it's going to be a very hefty fee they're probably going to pay, especially in the form he's in. But that's like a dream signing. Everybody has their dream signing, what they would really want. I haven't seen any linking him even away from Inter. But if Arsenal make a sneaky move at the top guy, Arsenal do prove that they have money. They nearly splashed the cash on Caicedo and they nearly splashed the cash on Mudryk. So clearly there's money there. But does he want to spend 100 and something million on Nicolo Barella. Does he? Shit. Another midfielder I could have talked about, Jude Bellingham. Does Jude Bellingham he wants to spend 100 million or does he want to? Like I said, Arsenal might not have the fees to make certain deals go. Do they want a cut price on Caicedo, or do they want a smaller cut price, or even a loan for Ryan Gravenberch for next season? While you still have Partey coming on to the end, then means you could really make your decisions come true. Let's just see here how long Nicolo Barella has left on his contract. Let me see if I can find it anywhere. Oh, his contract expires in 2026, so there's still a fair. There's 3 years left on this contract. It's still a hefty contract. He signed a 6-year contract. God damn, that's a long contract. I mean, he still had 3 years left on his deal, so it's definitely gonna cost Arsenal a lot of money to get that deal done if they're interested in making that deal done. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. My 3 players: Ryan Gravenberch, Moises Caicedo, and Nicolo Barella. 3 intense, hard-working, ball-playing midfielders Arsenal should all be looking at to make the next step of the phase possible, especially in our midfield, especially seeing what we saw the other night in the Man City game. So guys, tell me who is your favorite. Tell me others that I didn't put in for the video, like the Declan Rice. What do you feel about the Declan Rice? How do you feel about like I said, the Jude Bellingham possibility? What do you feel about the possibilities I mentioned? What do you think Arsenal's next big transfer is going to be, especially in the midfield? Let me know down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. And let's keep going up, boys. I love your support, and thanks for all your support on the videos, I should say. And yeah, let's just keep going. Peace.